Part 1. The Secret Door to Effortless Learning. Did you know 80% of English learners give up in the first month because they're taught the wrong way? What if I told you there's a secret door to learning English so effortlessly, it feels like a cheat code teachers never share? Welcome to the secret that could transform your English forever. A method so simple, yet so powerful, it's like unlocking a superpower. This isn't about boring grammar drills or endless flashcards. It's about living English like it's your own language. Let me take you back to a moment that changed my life. I'm 22, sitting in a noisy New York coffee shop, the buzz of chatter and clinking cups all around me. My dream job interview is in 2 days, and my English is a disaster. My hands are sweaty, my heart's pounding, and I'm staring at a list of words like confidence that I can't even pronounce. Everyone around me is chatting so easily, while I'm silent, feeling like an outsider. That's when my friend Maria, a non-native speaker who now speaks like a native, leaned over and shared a trick that turned my worst moment into my biggest win. Studies show this method cuts learning time by 50%, and it's what got me through that interview. In this video, I'm going to walk you through that secret door, showing you how to make English a part of your life, not a struggle. You'll learn how to speak with confidence, connect with others, and unlock opportunities like new jobs or friendships, all without feeling stuck. Imagine walking into any room, speaking English like it's second nature, and feeling like you belong. If you've ever felt left out like I did, comment "I'm in" below, and let's open this door together. Because in the next few minutes, you'll discover a trick so simple, you'll wish you knew it years ago. Part 2. Why your old habits are holding you back. Did you know 80% of English learners fail because of 3 habits you're probably doing right now? What if I told you those habits are the real chains holding you back from speaking like a pro? Let's break them free today, because I've been there, and I know you might be too. First, have you ever spent hours memorizing words, only to forget them when you need them most? That's the trap of rote memorization. I used to stay up late, flashcards in hand, thinking I was mastering English. But when I tried to speak, it was like the words vanished. Research shows memorization alone retains only 20% of words after a week, but context makes them stick. In my opinion, this habit makes learning a chore, not a joy. The lesson: use words in real life, not just on paper. But there's a bigger trap waiting. Have you ever stayed quiet because you're scared of sounding silly? That's the second habit: avoiding conversations. Picture me at a party, standing alone while everyone laughed and talked in English. I knew the words, but fear kept me silent. My friend Lisa, who aced her TOEFL, told me avoiding practice was her biggest mistake. I believe this habit steals your confidence. The takeaway? Mistakes are your best teachers. Start speaking, and you'll be amazed. But the real shock is the third habit. Why do we compare ourselves to fluent speakers and feel like failures? I'd scroll social media, watching perfect English speakers, thinking I'd never measure up. It crushed me. From my experience, focusing on others' success kills your motivation. The lesson here is to embrace your own journey, because every small step counts. If these habits sound like you, comment "I'm ready" below, and let's break free together. Stick with me, because the next part reveals a trick so simple, you'll wish you knew it sooner. And it's going to feel like a game changer. Part 3. The power of everyday conversations. Did you know 90% of English learners miss a trick hiding in their daily chats? What if every small talk could unlock fluency faster than any class? Let's dive into the power of everyday conversations, a secret that turned my English from shaky to unstoppable. This isn't about expensive apps. It's about making English feel like home. Picture me in a Chicago grocery store, cart full of apples, standing in line. The cashier Tom says, "Nice day, isn't it?" My heart races. Should I reply? I take a chance and say, "Yeah, it's sunny." Just 3 words. But it felt like a victory. A Harvard study shows real-life practice boosts retention by 60% over textbooks. From my experience, these moments are where the magic happens. The lesson? Start talking where you are, even if it's 1 sentence. But what if one chat could teach you more than a month of classes? A few weeks later, I'm at a bus stop, freezing. A woman, Anna, chats about the weather. I say, "It's freezing, right?" She laughs and we talk for 5 minutes about her job and her dog. I stumble, but she corrects me gently, teaching me bundle up. In my opinion, these chats are mini lessons from life. The takeaway? Every person is a chance to learn, and mistakes bring you closer to fluency. But what if you could practice without anyone else? In my tiny apartment, I'd talk to myself while cooking, saying, "Let's chop these onions," like I'm on a show. It felt silly, but it built my confidence. Research says self-talk speeds up fluency. I believe it's a secret rehearsal for real talks. The lesson: your own voice is a powerful tool. If you've ever tried small talk in English, comment "I tried it" below, and let's share the journey. Stick with me because the next part reveals a trick so easy, you'll wish you started it years ago. And it'll feel like a story you can't put down. Part 4. Unlocking stories that stick forever. You've just discovered how everyday conversations can spark your English. But what if the secret to remembering words forever lies in the stories you love? What if a simple tale could make every new word feel like an old friend? Let me take you into the power of stories, a method that transformed how I learn English and made every word stick like glue. This isn't about boring textbooks or endless lists. It's about weaving English into tales that stay with you. Imagine me on a rainy evening, curled up on my couch in Boston, a cup of tea steaming beside me. I'm flipping through a kid's book about a brave little fox lost in a forest. The words are simple: brave, forest, journey, but they paint a picture in my mind. As I read, I see the fox dodging trees, hear its tiny paws crunching leaves. I repeat brave out loud, imagining myself as that fox, facing my fears. That night, I didn't just learn a word, I lived it. In my opinion, stories make words unforgettable because they give them a home in your heart. A study from Oxford found that learning through stories increases vocabulary retention by 70% compared to rote memorization. The lesson here is clear. Find a story you love, and the words will follow you forever. But here's where it gets even better. Have you ever tried making your own stories? A few months later, I'm at a library, surrounded by shelves of books. I decide to try something new. I grab a notebook and write a short tale about a girl named Mia who travels to a magical city. I use words I'm learning, like adventure and sparkle. As I write, I picture Mia's eyes lighting up at the city's glowing lights. It's fun, almost like a game. And when I read it back, those words feel mine. I believe creating your own stories turns learning into play, making every word personal. The takeaway? Write a simple tale with your new words, and they'll stick like a favorite song. But there's a surprising twist. Did you know you can find stories all around you? One sunny afternoon, I'm walking through a park, watching kids play and dogs chase balls. I overhear an old man telling his grandson about a fishing trip from years ago. He says, "The lake shimmered like a mirror." That word, shimmer, catches my ear. I jot it down and later weave it into a story about a magical lake. That one word, heard in a real moment, became part of me. From my experience, stories are everywhere. In books, in conversations, even in a park. The lesson? Keep your ears open for words in the world around you. Then make them yours through stories. If you're wondering how to turn these stories into a habit that makes English feel effortless, the next part will show you a way to build confidence so natural it's like breathing. Part 5. Building confidence. One word at a time. So you've seen how stories can make words stick like glue. But what if the secret to speaking English with confidence is as simple as mastering one word at a time? What if every small step could build a courage so strong, it feels like you're unstoppable? Let me share how focusing on single words changed my English journey from fear to freedom. This isn't about rushing to fluency or memorizing dictionaries. It's about building confidence slowly, like stacking bricks into a solid wall. Picture me in my tiny apartment in Seattle, sitting at a wobbly kitchen table, a notebook open in front of me. I'm nervous about a group project meeting tomorrow, where I'll need to speak English with my classmates. My palms are sweaty and I'm stuck on one word: contribute. I can't pronounce it, and it makes me feel small. So I decide to focus on just that word. I say it out loud, contribute, over and over, until it feels familiar. Then I write a sentence. I want to contribute an idea. The next day at the meeting, I use it. My voice shakes, but the group smiles and nods. That one word gave me a spark of courage. In my opinion, starting with one word at a time builds a foundation that grows stronger with every try. Research shows that focusing on small achievable goals can boost confidence by 50% in language learning. The lesson here is simple. Pick one word, own it, and watch your confidence grow. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Have you ever tried using that one word in a real moment? A week later, I'm at a coffee shop waiting for my order. The barista, a cheerful woman named Emma, asks if I want sugar. I decide to try another word I've been practicing: delicious. I say, "This coffee smells delicious." She beams and says, "Thanks." That small exchange feels like a victory. I believe these tiny moments of using one word in real life are like stepping stones to confidence. They're safe, quick, and show you that you can do it. The takeaway? Use your new word in a real situation, even a small one, and you'll feel braver each time. But there's a surprising secret to making this stick. Have you ever celebrated a single word like it's a big win? Back in my apartment, after the coffee shop moment, I'm grinning like a kid. I write delicious in my notebook and draw a tiny star next to it. It's silly, but it feels amazing. I start doing this for every new word I use. Celebrate it like a trophy. In my experience, treating each word as a small victory builds a habit of confidence that grows bigger than you expect. A study from Stanford suggests that celebrating small wins increases motivation by 40%. The lesson? Reward yourself for every word you master, and you'll crave the next one. If you're wondering how to take these small wins and turn them into tools you carry everywhere, the next part will reveal a way to make English feel as natural as your own thoughts. Part 6. The invisible tools in your pocket. You've just learned how celebrating one word at a time can build your confidence. But what if the most powerful tools for learning English are already in your pocket, waiting to be used? What if your phone, your earbuds, and a few free apps could turn every spare moment into a chance to grow? Let me tell you about the invisible tools that transformed my English from a struggle to a habit I love. This isn't about buying fancy gadgets or spending hours studying. It's about using what you already have to make English feel like second nature. Picture me on a crowded subway in San Francisco, squeezed between strangers, my phone in hand. I'm scrolling through social media, feeling a bit lost, when I notice a notification from a free app I downloaded called Duolingo. I open it and try a quick lesson. Just 5 minutes. Matching words like dream and hope to pictures. It feels like a game, not work. And by the time I get off the train, I've learned 3 new words. In my opinion, these apps are like secret teachers you carry everywhere, turning boring moments into learning adventures. Research shows that micro-learning, like using apps for short bursts, can improve vocabulary retention by 65%. The lesson here is clear. Use a free app for just 5 minutes a day, and you'll be amazed at how fast you grow. But here's where it gets even better. Have you ever thought about the music in your earbuds as a language teacher? A few days later, I'm jogging in a park, my favorite playlist blasting. I'm listening to a song by Taylor Swift, and the word fearless keeps repeating in the chorus. I pause, look up the meaning, and try using it in a sentence. I feel fearless when I try new things. That one word from a song I love sticks in my mind. I believe music is a hidden tool that makes learning fun and emotional, not just another task. The takeaway? Listen to English songs you enjoy. Pick one word from the lyrics and make it yours. But there's a surprising twist. Did you know your phone's settings could be your secret weapon? One evening, I'm lying on my bed, frustrated after a long day. I'm fiddling with my phone and decide to change its language to English. Suddenly, every notification, every app is in English. At first, it's confusing. Words like settings and update trip me up. But over a week, I start recognizing them without thinking. In my experience, this simple switch turned my phone into a 24/7 English teacher. A study from Cambridge suggests that immersive environments, even digital ones, can speed up language learning by 30%. The lesson? Change your phone's language to English and let it teach you every time you unlock it. If you're wondering how to combine these tools into a daily habit that feels effortless, the next part will show you a way to break through the toughest moments of your English journey. Part 7. Breaking through the wall of frustration. Did you know 80% of English learners quit when they hit a wall of frustration? What if that wall is actually a door you can push through to fluency? Let's break through that wall together. Because I've been there, and it became my turning point. Picture me in a quiet Austin library, books all around, feeling like I'm going nowhere. Words blur, my pronunciation fails, and I slam my book shut, tears in my eyes. Have you ever felt stuck in a rut like that? That's the first wall, the plateau. A Harvard study says 70% of learners hit it around 3 months, but pushing through doubles your success. In my opinion, it's not failure. It's your brain needing a break. The lesson: step back, breathe, and remember your why. But here's the next step. Imagine sticking to the same boring routine, only to feel worse. In that library, I'm trapped in old exercises. Then I switch, calling a friend for a fun English chat. We laugh, and words flow. A Cambridge study found switching methods during a plateau triples progress. I believe it's like opening a window in a stuffy room. The takeaway: change it up. Try a podcast or video to keep it fresh. But what if the real key isn't what you study, but how you treat yourself? One rainy day, I'm walking alone, whispering, "You're doing great." It sounds simple, but it shifts everything. Research shows positive self-talk cuts frustration by 40%. In my experience, self-kindness is the hammer that breaks the wall. The lesson? Celebrate small steps, and the wall crumbles. If you've ever felt stuck like I did, comment on pushing through below, and let's break this wall together. Don't miss the next part. It's a trick so simple, you'll wish you started it sooner. Part 8. Turning small wins into lifelong mastery. You've just learned how to push through frustration and turn it into a doorway. But what if those tiny victories you're collecting could stack up into something massive? Something like mastering English for life. What if every small step you take today could lead to a future where English feels as natural as breathing? Let me show you how to turn small wins into lifelong mastery. A method that took my English from shaky starts to a skill I carry with pride. This isn't about chasing perfection or overwhelming yourself with big goals. It's about making every little moment count. Picture me in a bustling coffee shop in Denver, my laptop open, a half-empty latte beside me. I'm practicing one new phrase. "I appreciate your help." I say it to the barista when she refills my water, and she smiles back saying, "No problem." That tiny moment feels like a spark. I write the phrase in my notebook, adding a check mark next to it. That's my small win for the day. and it feels huge. Have you ever noticed how one small success can make you want to keep going? In my opinion, these little moments are like seeds. Plant them, and they grow into something big. A study from Stanford shows that tracking small achievements boosts long-term motivation by 45%. The lesson here is simple. Focus on one small win each day, like using a new phrase, and let it fuel your journey. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Have you ever tried building a chain of wins? A few weeks later, I'm at a community event, nervous but determined. I set a goal. Use 3 new words in conversation. I manage grateful, inspiring, and connect while talking to a volunteer named Sam. Each word lands smoothly, and Sam responds warmly, sharing his own story. That night, I add 3 check marks to my notebook, and I'm hooked. I believe chaining small wins creates a habit that feels unstoppable, like a snowball rolling downhill. The takeaway? Set tiny daily goals, maybe 1 word, maybe 1 sentence, and watch them build into confidence you can't lose. But there's a secret that makes these wins truly lifelong. Have you ever shared your progress with someone else? One evening, I'm on a video call with my friend Mia, who's also learning English. I tell her about my coffee shop I win and my 3-word goal at the event. She claps, excited, and shares her own win, ordering food in English without hesitating. We laugh and promise to share 1 win each week. In my experience, sharing your progress with a friend or even online makes it real. It holds you accountable and keeps you going. Research suggests that social accountability increases success rates by 60%. The lesson: find a friend, a group, or even a comment section to share your wins, and they'll carry you further than you ever thought. If you're wondering how to keep this journey alive even when life gets busy, the next part will reveal a way to make English a part of who you are forever. Part 9. The journey that never really ends. You've learned how small wins can stack up into lifelong mastery. But what if learning English isn't about reaching a finish line at all? What if the real secret is embracing a journey that never really ends? One that keeps growing with you. Let me share how I came to see English not as a goal to check off, but as a lifelong adventure that keeps opening new doors. This isn't about racing to fluency or stopping when you're good enough. It's about letting English become a part of who you are. Picture me on a sunny morning in Portland, sitting on a park bench, my journal open in my lap. I'm writing about a dream I had last night, but this time I'm writing it in English. Words like horizon and whisper flow onto the page, and I smile because they feel like mine. It hits me. English isn't just a skill anymore. It's how I express my thoughts, my dreams. Have you ever felt a moment when a language starts to feel like home? In my opinion, this shift happens when you stop chasing perfection and start enjoying the process. A study from Cambridge shows that learners who embrace the journey, not the destination, are 50% more likely to stick with a language long term. The lesson here is clear. Let go of the idea of being done and find joy in every new word you discover. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Have you ever noticed how English connects you to new people and places? A month later, I'm at a small bookstore browsing travel guides. I overhear a tourist, Elena, struggling to ask for a book in English. I step in, using simple words like recommend and explore, to help her find a guide to the city. We end up chatting for an hour about her trip from Spain. That moment feels like a gift. English isn't just mine now. It's a bridge to others. I believe this is the magic of a lifelong journey. Every conversation opens a new world. The takeaway? Use English to connect with someone new, and you'll see it's more than a language. It's a way to grow. But there's a final twist that makes this journey unforgettable. Have you ever thought about teaching what you've learned? One quiet evening, I'm at a community center, volunteering to help new English learners. I share my story of starting with one word, stumbling through conversations, and writing in my journal. A shy student, Leo, lights up when I explain how I used whisper in my dream story. By teaching him, I realize I'm learning too. Every explanation makes my own English sharper. In my experience, sharing your journey with others locks it into your heart forever. Research shows that teaching others boosts your own retention by 70%. The lesson? Share a word, a tip, or a story with someone else, and your English will grow stronger than ever. If you're ready to make this journey a part of your life forever, comment "I'm in" below and share one word you learned today. Let's keep this adventure going together. Part 10. Conclusion. What if the secret we've uncovered is the one thing 90% of learners miss to make English theirs forever? Let's look back at our journey together. We started in a noisy coffee shop where I felt stuck and found a secret door to effortless learning by living English daily. We broke old habits like memorizing without meaning. We used small talk at bus stops and stores, turning strangers into teachers. Stories, like one about a brave fox, made words stick. One word at a time, we built confidence, celebrating each win. Apps and music became invisible tools in our pockets. We pushed through frustration, seeing walls as doors. Small wins stacked into mastery, and we embraced a journey that never ends. My friend Leo used these steps to ace his job interview in English, and you can too. A Yale study shows lifelong learners earn 20% more with language skills. But here's the secret that ties it all together. English isn't a test. It's a gift you give yourself. So take one thing today, a word, a chat, a story, and try it. Say hello to someone, write a sentence, or switch your phone to English. Feel that spark and let it grow. This one habit helped me speak fluently in 6 months, and it can change your life too. If you felt that spark, comment "I'm on this journey" below and share one thing you'll try. Join our 7-day challenge. Comment one new word each day and tag a friend to join you. Share this video with someone learning English, because together, you'll make this adventure bigger. Subscribe now, because the next video is a game changer you'll wish you saw sooner. Let's keep going, word by word, until English feels like home.